Welcome, great Biafrans. Today we shall be talking on Nnamdi Kanu's court case today. We shall be discussing about it. But before we go into that, I want to bring you a story of a very senior lawyer. But this lawyer here, identified as the Juggernaut Esquire, also known as KC Uzoka, reported the story of his very senior colleague in the profession, what he passed through in the hands of the DSS. Now follow me as we read this story. I visited the DSS office with my client and we were at the waiting room when two different ladies at intervals wanted to take my client to go and make statements without my presence. I protested that I need to be present by the provisions of the ACJA. Now, for those who do not understand ACJA, it means the Administration of Criminal Justice Act. He went further to state that it was at this moment that one man wearing blue native attire that I know is the PSO, Operations and Intelligence, came out, asked my client to come out and shouted at me to go back to the reception. It was at this point I informed him that I was not a kindergarten pupil that should be pushed around because he was very uncouth, rude and aggressive. He then said I should leave the office, and I told him the DSS office is an agency of the federal government and I was a freeborn who should be able to access same at reasonable hours of the day. It was then I asked my client that we should leave. We were leaving when the PSO Operations and Intelligence asked that they should lock the gate, that I was under arrest. I informed him that being assertive is not a crime, but a right as we are in a free society. He slapped me immediately and asked his boys to bundle me into an underground cell. I was dragged on the floor, cleared from my leg. I received over 7 slaps and blows. Hey, Nigeria. I stood up and informed them that they are no longer doing SSS business, but their personal business, as I do not know the state command officers to act this way. The PSO Operations and Intelligence is new and lawyers have really suffered in his hand. I told him the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria must hear this, and he said they are the President's boys. One of them even said they will buy me here and nothing will happen. This has always been their language against innocent people. When they get you, they are wielding gun, you have nothing to protect yourself. They will just, put fear in you. I will buy you here and nothing will happen, and fear comes in. So this has always been their modus operandi. Let's continue. Going forward, he said that I am presently scared for my life, as the man holding gun said if I come to the DSS office again, they will buy me down. This is a story coming from Douglas Obankwa Esquire, Director of Strategic Communications, African Bar Association. This is to show you that this is not a small or a young, barrister in the profession. This is a renowned barrister in the profession. This is a big boy barrister in the profession. And this was how he was treated in the DSS facility. Check out what will be happening to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in such a facility. If lawyers of this caliber, this timber and caliber, can be dealt with in this magnitude, what actually is happening to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in that facility? We must do everything within our powers to ensure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released from that prison. And as he's coming to court today, we do not even want to hear anything as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made a speech, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu condemned Simon Ekpa, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu do this, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not in support of sit at home, this one and that one. We will not take any orders from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It has been made very clear, conspicuously clear, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is under duress. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in the hands of the enemies. And as such, we, the people of Biafra, we take decisions for the best interest of Biafra by ourselves, and not receiving information and directives from a man who is under duress, from a man who is in the camp of the enemy. Whatever he is saying from that place is a directive given to him by the enemies, except we have a secret agent who will be passing accurate information to him and he replying us through such a channel. Outside that, we will not take orders from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The best thing to be done is to release him, as the courts have already said that this man should be released. You have committed an international crime by kidnapping a man against all legal laws and extraordinarily renditioning him back to Nigeria. And as such, you do not have any right. You do not have any right to try him in any Nigerian court. You do not have any right whatsoever to try him in any Nigerian court. And as such, we are saying that Nigerian courts lack jurisdiction to try Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and he should be released immediately, without any further ado, without any further delays. The time has come when even normal individuals will begin to be very, aggressive against the government, because a man is denied justice. An innocent man is denied justice. Request for freedom is not against any known law in the world. What Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is requesting for is freedom. He went further to request for a referendum to be organized for his people, for the people to decide where they want. Do they want Biafra, or do they want to remain in Nigeria? You rejected that. If you say you are practicing true democracy, you should be able to allow the people speak. And that is why we are always saying that this our constitution is skewed against the people themselves. Because how can you have a constitution that is against referendum, that is against allowing the people to choose where they want to belong to? This has negated their freedom of relation. It has negated their freedom. They should have a right to where they want to belong as human beings, as freeborns. Look at what this senior barrister passed through. A senior barrister at that cadre. Look at what he passed through. He was beaten, stripped off his foot, possibly land on the floor, hitting with guns, sustained so many degrees of injury. And this is the treatment that is coming from the people who are supposed to be protecting the land. And they claim that they are president's boys. And that is why you see them act in a very foolish and stupid manner. You see them act in very mannerless. Very mannerless. Because they claim they are working for the president, and as such they are president boys, and they can do and as they wish You see the evil going on in the country. That is why we are crying and saying Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be released. It's either you release him as should, or even if you want to jail him, pronounce something and jail him, put him in prison, correctional center. Let us know he is in prison. At least people can visit him and see him and talk to him. Not this one that you have kept him incommunicado. And we will not accept anything other than release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We would not accept anything other than release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. All we are asking is that they release Nnamdi Kanu today. Else, this country will not contain all of us again. It will not contain all of us again. We have had enough of this, rascality and madness. We have had enough of it. We have had enough of it. Thank you, Biafrans, for listening. Thank you for always tuning in. I will come away as we follow up the events happening in the court. We will be updating you on the community. We will be updating you on the community as we follow up the events. Follow us up. If you are not following, kindly click on the follow button. Or the subscribe button. If you are watching, kindly click on the like button. If you are here and you've listened to what we've said, kindly drop your comments, kindly make your own submissions so that we can enlighten ourselves, especially those who are legal practitioners, those who are members of this wonderful family who are legal practitioners. You can drop your views. You can drop your expert views and advice. Freedom of Biafra or nothing. Biafra first. Peace, unity, equity, and progress. See you when I come your way next time. Thank you all. I love you.